Hey boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages. This is Ken and Lionel for Less. I've been meaning to shoot this video for quite a while. It's about this old gauge hobby. Once you have held an old gauge train in your hand, let's take, for example, the Santa Fe. Now, once you hold that in your hand and you run it's hard to go back to HO or N or, even more standard gauge. As far as the amount of room you will need to do it and the amount of money that you will need to do it. Just enjoy yourself with this hobby. For so many years, I was caught up, like I'm sure a lot of guys are. It seems in particular in this hobby, there's a bug that bites you. And once that bug bites you, you'll do most anything to get the next train, spend money on the train that should have went somewhere else in your life. Because you think it's a deal at the time, it'll never roll around again. There are circumstances like that where you will find some deals that will be once in a lifetime things. But these trains were produced by the millions, both by Lionel and MTH. So, if it's not a convenient time for you to make that purchase, just wait. There'll be time down the road. You'll eventually, get a credit card and only use that credit card for your train purchases. Once you've reached your limit, pay the card down and then buy again. These are just some of the steps that I've had to take to curtail my spending in this hobby. Because it will cause friction in your life, even among yourself inside, knowing that, you want this so bad and you're going to spend the money and you're going to do it and worry about it later. But it's really not where the fun part is. The fun part is running them, fixing the little things that go wrong with them if you can gain that knowledge, which on post-war and pre-war, I can honestly tell you that anyone can gain that knowledge of repairing them. Because I am not a mechanical type of person at all. I was a professional musician for darn near 30 years. And, that side of my brain doesn't work as well as this side does. But, through getting the Greenberg book of, the operating and repair book, and looking at the exploded diagrams, and, through trial and error, you'll learn how to solder. You'll learn how to rebuild an E-unit instead of going out and spending, $30-40 on one. You'll learn that, you can get that $10 kit and fix that thing. It takes major patience doing your first 8 or 10 of them. But after that, you'll get the understanding of how to do it. It's not a big race to see who has the most trains and the biggest ones and the latest ones. As a matter of fact, everything that I've ever purchased is used. I find out that, you know, the way that the price drops once product's been out a couple of years is incredible. It'll be at least half of what it was at its original release, not unless it's a particularly collectible or limited thing. I mean, just look at these books. I mean, you could never, even if you were only a Lionel collector or a runner, you could never obtain. They've just, you know, like I said, Lionel and MTH have made an incredible amount of product through the years. I mean, look at this. This is just the post-war stuff. And this is a particularly good book by David Doyle. This is a good investment to make if you're getting into the hobby and you want to know just exactly what you're buying and what the variations of it were. Because there are little things that are different about some that can make one boxcar a lot more valuable than the next one. And when you're out there spending your hard money, earned money on it, it's good to know this stuff. Yeah, but I've been meaning to make this video for a while to just say, have fun in the hobby. You know, don't worry about, you know, who's got the biggest layout and who's got the best stuff and you know, the latest gadgets and all these things, because it can work on you and stress you out as well. And that's not why it's called the hobby. It's supposed to relieve our tensions, not increase them. There's enough stress involved into just getting things to go right most of the time. So we can leave all that other stuff behind. I just wanted to share this personal experience and say, you know, like, if you can't afford something at that month, don't get it. Just wait, you know. See if you can arrange a payment with someone if you need it that bad. But make sure that you know this person and you know them well. Because deals can go bad and a lot of feelings can be hurt along the ways. And it's not a good thing. So I guess my main message is, he who dies with the most trains does not win. Okay? He who has the most fun with his trains is the guy that wins. And there's a particular amount of satisfaction when you've taken something that was not working and you accomplish the repair and it works right, and you know that you did that. And that's worth a lot more than, you know, sometimes $1,000 of feeling. I myself right now am in the beginning stages of understanding MTH locomotives because I focused on Lionel for most of my time back in the hobby, going on 14 years now. And I only discovered MTH trains about a year ago, and I lost my mind when I finally did roll them out and see how cool they were. And I overspent because, you know, just like Lionel, they've pumped out an incredible amount of product. And it's just not possible to own one of everything. It is, if you're in that type of money league. But it takes years and years and years of collecting and running and looking for the best deals in order to build your collection up. You know, if you've got a couple nice steamers, a couple diesels, a switcher, you know, it becomes a thing then. You need some stuff to pull, you know, and box cars and passenger sets can get pricey. But, you know, try to pick one out, a used one with a couple nicks in it or something, you know, and get it for $150 instead of $500. You know, wait till it comes on the secondary market. Unless you got it like that. I mean, if you're balling, yeah, do it. Me being in the business that I'm in right now, I'm a truck driver. I have good weeks and I have terrible weeks. I'm trying to find a way to make some consistency with that, but it's going to take a while to find the right place. So, you know, the weeks that I earn a whole lot, I'll try to buy something that week. But, you know, the weeks when I'm down, it's not even in the picture. We got to have fun with what we got. You know, and what good are 50 locomotives all sitting, not being ran? Especially with the older PS2 5-volt stuff. I've been told by people, if you don't run that stuff on a consistent basis, that those capacitors dry out and the board shot, or you need new caps. You know, if you're like me, you don't know how to install that stuff, so here goes some more money, because you got too many trains and didn't have time to run them all. That's where it gets to. The post-war stuff, you can wait 20 years on that and pick it back up, oil it, it'll go. Yeah, 100 out of 100 times. Shot of CRC, a little bit of lube, off she goes. But I've been meaning to make this video for a while to tell you guys not to get caught up in all this hype and bullshit that goes on, especially if you get involved into the O-Gager forum, which is cool. You know, if you have questions and, you know, hang out. But that for sale or trade thing over there, you know, most of the guys are good. Sometimes you'll wind up buying somebody else's junk too. So you gotta keep thine eyes open. I'm trying to say, just enjoy the hobby for what it is. Thank God for the things you can acquire, and don't be greedy. Don't get greedy and want it all, because storage becomes a factor. Then things get bumped around because you don't have them stored properly, and you know, you'll have a nice train that's now worthless because, you know, it was in a crowded spot. I guess what I'm saying is try to keep within your means in the hobby. This hobby in particular is one that will grab you like a drug almost and overtake you. And, you know, you'll find yourself with every spare $40, $50 you got, you know, trying to save or buy, you know, 2 box cars, or get something over here, or, you know, bid on eBay, overbid for something that you got caught up in. I've had all that happen to me. So, in 14 years of back in the hobby, I can say that I finally cooled my jets, and I'm learning to enjoy and appreciate what I have instead of taking the other approach and wanting it all. Because, you know, greed and gluttony is two of the seven deadly sins. And I just don't think the Lord looks at that right. And I have asked for forgiveness for that, and hopefully I will get it. I don't mean to be so heavy, but what I'm just trying to say is just enjoy yourself with what you have. If you can afford more and you're working good, great. But don't feel left out, or don't feel like you've got to catch up with somebody else that you met, and you'll be a lot happier. And I guess that's all I've got to say about that, as Forrest Gump would say. So this is Kenny at Lionel for Less, telling you, enjoy the trains you have, keep them running. If you can go to York, go, by all means, just for the sheer experience of it. You'll want to have some money with you, you know, to buy something, or else you'll torture yourself. But, you know, we can also enjoy the camaraderie of each other there and on the forum. Most of the people into this hobby are already pretty well set up in life. Me being a musician, I'm still working a little bit on certain things, and the trains are going to take a back seat until those other things are accomplished. So once again, this is Kenny at Lionel for Less. As always, God bless you all, and thanks for tuning in.